Okay. All right, welcome to your on-campus interview. I'm your host, Venner. Here with me, I have Ashlee Potter, a math education student. She's going to quickly just introduce herself, her age, major, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, so again, I'm Ashlee Potter. I'm from Bismarck. Went to Bismarck High School. I'm a sophomore in the math education program.
Awesome. What inspired you to choose math education?
I would say my teachers in high school. I had a really good math teacher, and I also did capstone between elementary and high school, and I got to choose, kind of see what sides were which, and I decided I liked high schoolers more, so I went in with that route.
Nice. Have you always liked math, like even since you were young?
Yeah, it's been on the fast track since like 6th, 7th grade, and just kind of excelled through that. So
I feel like you're either on one side where like you really like math, or like the other side where it's just not your cup of tea.
No, it's definitely one of those things. It's either you get it or it's not your thing.
Yeah, no, totally. Where would you kind of like to end up after school, teaching-wise, once you get to your degree?
Yeah, so I think I could go back to Bismarck High and teach there, but I also really like Montana, so kind of in the midst of trying to decide if I want to go back home and stay back closer to family, or if I want to go to the Montana side or South Dakota, somewhere out of state.
Totally. So since you're only a sophomore, you probably haven't been deep into too many courses. What kind of courses have you taken and what you're currently in now?
So I just started my Intro to Ed course, and then right now I'm taking real analysis, linear algebra, geometry for teachers, and a math seminar class, just really loading up before we switch to mostly online math.
Okay, how is that going to work with online math?
We're going to go through Mayville State, and then I am not 100% sure on the logistics, but mostly will be online courses unless there's one professor here that's able to teach a course one semester. So.
Gotcha. Have you had any like field experiences going into schools, high schools, that kind of stuff, just to kind of observe?
Yeah, so Intro to Ed, I'm doing field observation right now. Haven't gotten to high school yet, but I did elementary and middle school. And then high school, I just kind of stuck around and observed a FACS class because I was also interested in that. But NDSU is the only school that offered that. So. Oh,
gotcha. Yeah. Very cool. If you had to choose, like you said you liked high school, if you had to choose your ideal grade and class, what would your choice be?
That's a good question. I think I would choose either sophomores or seniors. I think freshmen are a little too nervous, and juniors are all stressed about the ACT and tests and stuff like that, colleges. So I would choose sophomores or seniors, and then I really like Algebra 2, and I could teach Calc. Calc would be a fun class to teach for seniors.
Very cool. Just kind of random, but like what's been the most challenging math course here?
Definitely a proof course. Just writing like page-long like paragraphs about math. Not my strong suit. I like the numbers part of it, not really the English part of it, I should say.
I got you. That makes sense. Very cool. With my final question, what does DSU mean to you?
DSU is a community. I didn't know if I was going to come to Dickinson, didn't know if I was going to play softball, and when I came here, instantly fell in love with the professor, the teachers, the softball team, obviously, and just really came a close-knit group of people, and I wouldn't change anything for the world.
That's awesome. We're very happy you're here, man.
Thank you.
Teaching the future math. Very cool. Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Venner.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of Hawk Talk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson, and I am joined with one of our DSU cheerleaders. I'll have you introduce yourself.
I'm Aleigha Villars. I'm a senior at Dickinson State, and what else do I say?
Where are you from?
I'm from Dickinson.
Oh, you're from Dickinson.
Yes.
Very nice. We have another, I think we had local people last week too. So we're just getting all the locals, more cheer episodes. I know we had a lot of cheer episodes, but rightfully so. They deserve all the spotlight. They had a spectacular season. But before we get into that, I'll ask you, what brought you to DSU?
Since I'm from here, that's really what brought me.
Yeah.
But just really, I was gonna take a little bit of time off for myself, and I ran into Coach Seaby, and she wanted me to join cheer. She just kind of picked me up the side of the road, and here I am 4 years later, cheering.
Do you have, before you got here, did you have prior cheer experience, or did you not do anything? You didn't cheer at all until you got here?
Nope. I was a cross country and track runner, and I was just going to be done with sports. And she somehow managed to get me to a practice. And it was fun.
That's interesting because I heard today that you are the only member since DSU became a competitive sport or since cheer became a competitive sport at DSU, the only person to make Matt every single year.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
That's a little wild.
I know.
Hey, congrats on that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
How do you think this past season went for you guys? You obviously just finished up. You had your NAIA championships this past weekend. How do you think your season went for you individually and as a team?
Individually, I think we had a good season. We were ranked #1 for the whole season.
For like the whole season, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a shocker. And we competed against like the #1 teams towards the end and beat them. So it was just a shocker overall. And then I think that we made it to the end and we kind of fumbled it a little bit.
But hey,
but things happen.
Fifth place ain't bad.
Yeah,
we'll take that.
It's not.
That's still really good. 'Cause how many teams compete at the national? Or how many cheer
15.
teams? 15. Hey, we'll take that. Obviously, it was very fun watching all the progress you guys had throughout the year. That was cool being #1. What was your favorite memory from this past season and your whole time as a DSU cheerleader?
My favorite memory this year would probably be just the new people and traveling. It's just fun experience. I love all the new people, and traveling's my favorite because we just get to do a lot of fun things.
You usually spend a long time on the bus. That's how it usually
a long
is.
time. And we've been flying too, so I love flying. So it's
never been on a
cherry on
plane, so
top.
I can't speak to that.
That's crazy.
Never been on a plane.
But yeah, for me, what was the second part of the question?
Your favorite memory the whole time you were at DSU?
The whole time. I mean, I think my favorite memory is just how welcoming the coaches were from the start, from me not being in cheer at all, and there was just so much energy they gave me and love, and they care a lot, those coaches. So it's just been fun being on the team with someone who actually cares.
We're gonna kind of go back to the part that you didn't have any cheer experience when you joined. Did you have like gymnastics or something? 'Cause I've seen the videos of them just throwing you up in the air and you doing all the backflip.
Nothing at all.
You just like, I'll just learn how to do a backflip and then I'll just become.
I like the adrenaline, so it's fun for me.
Maybe they'll start throwing me up there. Maybe I'll take your spot since you're graduating.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just toss me up there. You know, we probably about weigh the same.
Exactly.
I think we're pretty close in size and weight, I would say.
Yeah.
So obviously, for the first time, you guys are competing in Daytona, Florida. But I think when this airs, you guys will already be in Florida.
Yeah.
Does your preparation look any different as opposed to these previous competitions, or is it about the same?
We do have to switch things up because the scoring of it is different, are the rules. So there's some slight changes, and we had to cut off about 10 seconds of our music.
Okay.
Because that would have been a whole point deduction. Because our music kind of goes over time. Yeah, there's a lot of little things we have to switch up, but we got it.
Yeah. And to my understanding, there's going to be like D1 schools with cheer teams that are going to be a lot more competition that you haven't seen before. Yeah. How excited are you for that, to compete against people that you haven't competed against schools you haven't competed against?
I'm so excited. I mean, the D1 schools, there's like different divisions, so we won't be competing against them.
Okay.
But we will be competing with people more our level.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see new people and a lot of well-known cheerleaders.
That's exciting, yeah.
I'm excited.
All right. Would you rather only listen to one song for the rest of your life on repeat, can't listen to anything else, or never be able to listen to music again?
I'll do one song on repeat.
One song? What's that song?
I cannot tell you, though.
Couldn't tell you?
I don't listen to music very much.
Really?
So I know, it's a shocker to a lot of people.
I can't exist without music.
I know, if I'm just driving down, I'll just...
Big drive-in silence type of person?
I just have too many things on my mind.
If I sometimes catch myself driving without music, then I'm like halfway through my drive, or like I get there, I'm like, I wasn't playing music that whole time.
That's funny.
But like usually, I'm queuing up, like I try to map out how long it's gonna take me to get there and then play the exact amount of songs it takes me.
Yeah.
Usually I'm pretty good at it, but.
That's funny.
Yeah. Our final question, we ask this to everybody who comes on Hawk Talk. What does DSU mean to you?
DSU means to me, I would say, what does DSU mean to me?
What does, when you think DSU, you reflect on your time in your hometown college, what has been the best thing that you could take away from this?
I think it is a big family. Like since we are so small, we are growing, but just everyone is so friendly, and it's just like a big family, it feels like. So just the connections, it's nice having them and the family around.
Yeah. Great answer. All right, well, that's everything for me and Aleigha. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Nice.
Welcome back to another Minute with President Easton. President Easton, are there any good TV shows that you're currently watching?
Actually, there are no TV shows that I'm currently watching. I'm trying to think it's not a TV show. The most recent thing we watched, like half a year after everybody else watched it, was the Michael Jordan, The Last Dance series. That was interesting. That's pretty much it. I listen to podcasts when I exercise. I just don't have time for TV these days. I don't watch any TV. That can't be true. There must be some TV show. You're not talking about I watched the women's Final Four and I watched some of the men's Final Four. That doesn't count as a TV show, I suppose. I'm really pathetic. No, I don't have any TV shows I watch.
Hello everyone, I'm Cheyenne and this is your week's recap. Track and field was in Bismarck this past week and both teams stepped up to take home a victory. They will host their home event this weekend. Baseball was on the road this past week at Dacotah State and dropped a tough series but came back to beat Mayville State in a non-conference matchup. They will be taking on Waldorf at home this weekend. Softball took on Waldorf at home and came out on top, going 3-1 to take the series win. They will also be playing at home this weekend to take on Mayville State. Football is back with their spring scrimmage that will take place Saturday, April 13th at the BAC. Golf had some tough weather in Mitchell, South Dakota, but battled hard with the men placing third as a team and the women placing fourth. They will host their home tournament at Heart River Golf Course next week. Well, folks, looks like there's a lot of home events, so come out and support your Blue Hawks. A big thanks goes out to our sponsors and viewers. Don't forget to follow us on social media at DSU Foundation. And as always, Hawks are up.